Hello YouTube. Why I like out-of-the-box thinking, the title of this video. Well, I'm going to show you something by way of illustration to kind of answer that question. So let's take a look. Over here, you'll notice something's missing, or maybe you won't. I had a little folding table there. Where'd it go? Here in the cupboard, I just take it out and use it. A lot easier, like I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to start out with a story when I was working for a living. My job was to design things. I had an office where I met with people and consulted with them about different kinds of designs. The first thing I had to do was design a space that was going to be conducive to creativity and the design process. So what did I do? Well, I had a desk. I had some chairs, and on the desk I had a computer monitor, a keyboard, and a mouse. Nothing else on the desk. The computer part of things was underneath the desk. So it was clear, clutter-free, no distractions. Now, when you came into the room, into the office, you would look across from the doorway to another wall. And on that wall, I had a little tiny graphic. And here's a picture of what it looked like from the doorway. Then as the person got closer, they could see the graphic better, and finally when they sat down, they could actually read the graphic. Now bear in mind, there's nothing else in the room, nothing on any of the walls, no pictures, paintings, nothing. There's nothing to distract anyone's attention other than this one little graphic. So as the person walked in and sat down, more often than not they would look over and read the graphic. Here's what it said when they got close to it. Think outside the box. A little box, and underneath, way outside the box. That was the mission statement of what I was doing. What we were doing, actually, the client and myself. We were on a mission. My job was to design something different, something new, something that hadn't been done before or was unconventional, and something that would improve and produce better results than what they currently had. Otherwise, there'd be no reason to come and see me. What we had was a problem we needed to solve. And we used unconventional ways to solve this problem. Thinking differently about our problem and ways to solve it than the conventional wisdom would dictate to us to do. I enjoyed a very fruitful relationship with a wide variety of different people. All different backgrounds, different occupations. I learned a lot about different things. And that helped me to think outside the box. What we wound up being able to do was things that far exceeded our expectations. And in the process of doing that, we had fun. We enjoyed the process. It's fun thinking outside the box, thinking what else is possible? How can we do things differently? And chuckling at how simple sometimes something is. A perfect example is that table. Going from behind the front seat into the closet, more accessibility, easier to deploy and use, easier to store and put away, no struggling. It's enjoyable. It's stimulating. It's fun to work in that kind of an environment, to think in those kinds of ways, to wake up every day and be thinking hey, there's going to be something different, something new. I can look at things in a different way. I enjoyed it then. I still enjoy it now, and I want to perpetuate what I was doing then, keep it going. I'm never not a designer. I'm thinking of doing things different ways, designing different things, and I appreciate other people and their contribution and the way they think and how they think outside the box too, how they come up with different things that help me. I think it keeps your mind active. I think it keeps you healthy. I think you look and feel better. That's all fine and dandy. But what happens to us? What happens to us is we get up in the morning, we're busy, we're rushed, we've got to move along, we've got things to do. We employ the same things we've done in the past. We have routines. We have the same thing for breakfast, same thing for lunch. We go and get the same coffee. We drive the same route to work. We come home the same way. We go to the same grocery store. We buy the same food. We go to the gas station. We get the same gas, same fuel. We don't think about what kind of car we're driving or if the car is suitable for what we're using it for. Could we do something different? Is there another way of doing this? Can I bike to work? Can I walk to work? Can I take the train? We're narrowing the box. We're boxing ourselves into a particular way of doing things. What winds up happening is this box we're in gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Over time, we feel that. It may not affect us physically, but it certainly affects us mentally. Their life becomes boring. Things become boring. They aren't motivated. People get depressed. They lose interest. Their life has no meaning. They feel like they have to do something extraordinary to compensate for this routine stuff. There's nothing wrong with having routines. We get up, we're active, we do stuff, we get tired, we go to sleep. That's a routine. Sun comes up, sun goes down. Moon comes up, moon goes down. Sometimes the moon's there, sometimes it's not. Tides come in, tides go out. Lots of things are routine, and they're good for us. There's nothing wrong with conventional wisdom, conventional things. It gives us stability. It gives us points of reference. It gives us things to measure other things against. But we're also beings with creative minds, and we need to exercise that part of ourselves too. So on one hand, we have mechanical stuff, routines, things we do over and over again. And on the other hand, we have things that are creative, one-off things, what-if possibilities. On the one hand, we have closed-ended stuff. It's always the same. On the other hand, we have open-ended stuff where it can potentially be different, exciting, interesting, more practical, improving, etc. So, getting jammed up in this little box, we really don't see that. It happens incrementally and gradually. We don't see it, we don't feel it happening until the opportunity comes along to step outside the box and take a look at where we were. Now we see, oh, that's where I was, and I want to have more options than that. Like that table, for example. I could have taken it in and out from behind the front seat of the van, ongoing forever, and it would never matter, right? But every time I did it, it'd be a struggle. I'd have to move the seat, take the table out, use the table. If I'd move the seat back, I'd have to move it again and put the table back. Just a struggle to use it. That's a lot of stuff, just to use a table. So where else could I put it? That's the first step. I've boxed myself in. If I want to get out of that box, I need to ask a question. What else can I do? Well, we can all find different solutions. We're all designers. I've boxed myself in. We do this all the time. We do it with food. We do it with political thinking, religion, the work we do. Oh, I'm a this or a that. I can't do any of that other stuff. Why not? What's preventing you? Why do we do this? We do this for the safety, the security, the certainty, the surety of something tried and true we've done before. A good expression is conventional wisdom. It's wise to do things like that. We think it's wise to do it the same. But pretty soon, it gets tighter and tighter. It's having a routine. We like things to be the same and routine. When you think outside the box, it's not routine. It's different. It's not necessarily safe or secure. The same thing won't happen again as happened before. You're looking for things to be different. There really isn't a structure. Everything's possible. Anything's possible. Something else is possible. So that's my thought about thinking outside the box. Why I like it, why I do it. It's kind of like people that go to the gym. You ask, why do you go to the gym? And they say, I like it. What do you like? Yeah, I like the exercise. I like how I feel. I like the people. We all have something in common. We're all trying to improve ourselves some way, get better. So, in the same way, well, couldn't we look at outside the box thinking as a gymnasium for the mind? We're getting our mind out of the box, out of the routine, out of the cubicle. We're doing something that makes us feel good, gives us some positive results. If you go to the gym, you look better, you feel better, you have a better outlook. Same thing happens if you go to the gymnasium of the mind. You look better, you feel better, you have a better outlook. And what I would say is, if we want to say, where is this gymnasium of the mind? It is found in thinking outside the box. Outside the box thinking is the gymnasium for the mind. Those are my thoughts. I hope you got something out of this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you think it'd help somebody else, please share it with them. And if you'd like more content from this channel, please subscribe. You'll get notified if you ring the bell. And as always, comment as you see fit. Now, I'm not going to say till the next video because I'm making another video right after this video, and it is all about people who have thought outside the box and come up with something different that I and you can both take advantage of for our betterment. I think it's an improvement over what's been being used for a long time. And the video's title is the top 10 reasons why I am installing a diesel furnace in place of the propane furnace I currently have, or something to that extent. So watch for that video. It'll be coming up shortly in the next day or so. Until then, see you later.